Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, let's slow. Close that. No, you're going the wrong way. Give me a second. We were good to go. All right. I hope everybody had a good week. It was a very busy one for. Oh wait, my camera's way. All right. It was a very busy one for me. I had to go down to Maryland to meet with one of my clients because this particular client, I meant to put down one of the slides. This client is paying me $1,000 now. It was 800. They're paying me $1,000 to run their social media. Um, they're looking at bringing me on full time at $80,000 a year. So, so,
Dang.
Nice.
yeah, thank you. That's going to be dependent on if I bring in numbers though. So like I cleaned up their social media. I have brought in donations for them and stuff like that, but not to the numbers that I guess they were hoping for. But I also feel like, I'm not gonna get into all that. But I say that to say this. Whether they bring me on full time, even if they don't bring me on full time, I think they're still going to keep me. Just doing what I'm doing, and I'll just be taking directions from the person that will potentially have my job. But I bring that to say that this is a company that's basically without that $1,000, the the contractors that I have, Brandon, Sierra, and Taz, and now Harold, we wouldn't have it. And to learn some of the automations for the website, we wouldn't be able to do if I wasn't bringing in this money from the client. So I say that to say that they think they think our company is essentially a social media company. Even though I did tell the president that we make books, I didn't want to go into the whole light novel concept with him. He thinks that our company is a social media company because one of my coworkers also has their own company and they do the websites for this client. So he's thinking that I have a team of essentially social media people working for me and that we're working on other client stuff. So if anybody would like to volunteer to do the only thing I really need is I need like somebody to work on Twitter and just talk to people on Twitter, talk to people on Instagram and stuff like that. You don't have to. I can't pay you for it. It's just one of those things where I figured, oh well, if that's what they think we are, maybe we should try to be that. But like I say, it's no big deal. I got it. But tonight we are on beat 7, which is the B story. And our objective tonight is to understand and apply the key elements of transitioning from break into two to B story in storytelling, with a focus on taking a break from the action to revisit the theme represented by the new world or new characters using Save the Cat. All right, so as you can see, different format tonight. I'm doing Google Slides, and I was able to screenshot parts of the book. So, what does it do? It introduces the character who will somehow represent the B story, spiritual story, theme, and help your hero learn it.
Are we supposed to be able to see it on the screen? Because all I'm seeing is you and saying it's something about started screen
Oh, it's not
sharing,
that
but
right?
it's all black.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. Maybe I need to share the whole desktop. Good?
No, still black.
Nope.
Oh, wow. All right, let me go back. What about now?
Nope.
Nope.
I have a friend who I say that to all the time, and now I know how it feels.
Sorry. But at least we told you before you got like really into it.
right, right. Um,
You might need to stop screen sharing and then re-share your screen.
yeah, let me try that real quick.
There we go.
Yay!
Yay!
How about now?
Oh,
Yes. Yep, we got it.
yes.
Oh, see, that's crazy. It was telling me that you guys could see it. All right, I'm not reading that
It
again.
lies.
All right. So, what does it do? Introduces the character who will somehow represent the B story, spiritual story theme, and help your hero learn it. All right. So, what is it? Here's your checklist. Have you introduced a new love interest, mentor, friend, or nemesis character? Can you identify how your B story character or characters represent the theme? Is your new character in some way a product of the new Upside Down Act 2 world? Will they stick out like a sore thumb in the Act 1 world? All right, so I gotta move this over so I can read the whole thing. All right, so remember when we're gonna say Jessica because she's the one that wrote the book. Remember when Jessica said in Act 2 is the upside down version of Act 1? That means everything in Act 2 should be upside down versions of everything in Act 1, even the people. In the setup, we introduce the A story characters. These are people who come from the hero status quo world. They represent the external story. They don't necessarily have to go away after the hero enters Act 2, but they will inevitably take a backseat to the person or people we're going to meet in this new world. Enter the B story character. The B story character, my desk is messed up. The B story character is a helper character, the person who's ultimately going to somehow help your hero learn the theme. They usually come in the form of a love interest, a new friend, a mentor, or a nemesis. Yes, B story characters can be enemies. I've seen it done well many times. There are only two criteria for being a successful B story character. Others need not apply. But why should this B story character be a product of the new world? Because remember, the hero can't learn the theme and complete their transformation in their Act 1 status quo life. That's why we gave them the catalyst to. Ooh, well, basically, the rest of the slide was supposed to be to give them the catalyst so that they can start their journey to their transformation. So there are three types of B story characters. The first one is what Terrio, calls the symbol. The B story character can help guide your hero towards their life lesson in a variety of different ways. For example, your B story character can be the embodiment of the theme, like PETA in the Hunger Games. Right before the games officially begin, PETA says to Katniss, I keep wishing I could think of a way to show the Capitol they don't own me, that I'm more than just a piece in their games. This is the ultimate lesson theme that Katniss will learn, how to defy the Capitol instead of just playing by their rules to survive. And it's PETA, the B story character who helps her get there. I call this one the mentor. On your B story character, or your B story character can be someone who, by their very nature, brings out the theme in the hero, like Mr. Rochester in Jane Eyre, whose bossy, cantankerous nature actually inspires Meek Jane to be bolder and assert herself and her independence more. And then we have the shadow. Or your B story character could be someone who suffers from the same flaws as your hero, but in an even more exaggerated way, thus holding up a mirror to your hero's flaws and allowing them to see the truth for themselves. Think about how sad, bitter, and lonely author Peter Van Houten has become in Fault of Our Stars. Witnessing this only pushes Hazel to love Augustus more fully, regardless of how badly she might get hurt. So remember, the form of a new interest, new friend, new mentor, or new enemy, it can really be anyone, just as long as they effectively bring out your hero's flaws and make them want to change. So right now you might be thinking, wait, I only get to introduce one new character in the second act. No, you can introduce as many characters as you want in Act 2. But the B story character will be that special character that fulfills that very special role as the ambassador of the life lesson. And if you're having trouble figuring out who that special person will be, good news. You can have more than one B character. That's right, many great novels have what are called twin B stories. This can happen in the form of a love interest and a mentor, or a love interest and a new friend, or even two new friends, as in the case with Because of Winn-Dixie, in which Opal meets her two thematic guides, Gloria Dump and Miss Franny Block. All right, so let's look at our Sword Art Online example. So here's a summary of Chapter 9. I get it. This is in the way. The Knights of the Blood was known as the best guild in over a year. The leader of the guild, the man of legend, Heathcliff, and the sub-leader, Asuna, also known as the Flash, were both renowned as two of the best warriors in Ankrat. Kirito thought about this as he was teaming up with Asuna against the common skeleton enemy, the demonic servant. Both displayed their excellent teamwork with a skill known as switching against their common foe. As they mapped the dungeon, they soon came across the eerie-looking door of the boss room. After a few minutes of hesitation, they peek inside and look for the dweller of the dark room. There, their eyes met with the Gleam Eyes, the boss of the 74th floor. All right, so our B story character is Asuna. It's now official, if you didn't see that coming. All right, so let's see. So have you introduced a new love interest, mentor, friend, or nemesis character? So as we discussed, but now it's official, Asuna is the love interest, but also in some ways is the mentor. Can you identify how your B story character or characters represent the theme? She represents belonging to a group to beat the game. Is your new character in some way a product of the Upside Down Act 2 world? Asuna is a product of the world metaphorically because in order to survive, she became part of a guild and rose to their second in command. So artists, this is some of the art from Sword Art Online. This is from Chapter 9. All right, so your assignments for this week. This week, we're going to change the production process. Gosh, man, I was sleepy when I wrote this. After the conversation with Comfort and thinking more about Caitlin's questions during last week's training, we will learn 2 weeks of production. I will assign it in the classroom as follows. For us, B story is chapter 10. This character should represent the theme. Now, remember, if you want to introduce more characters, you can. In some cases, like Michelle, you're working on Favorite Athena, so everything's already kind of like written out for you. Essentially, all the characters are represent the theme in different extremes. So I will be talking to you about that tomorrow. And I'm gonna let you guys all know what the schedule will be for this upcoming week. I will, if you haven't gotten your theme for your particular story yet for me, I will create a one-sheet document for all of you to read. That way you guys all know what your themes are. Chapter 10 brainstorms. Writers and artists will be due this Saturday, August 17th. Chapter 2 rough draft writers will be due this Saturday. Artists, you guys are going to wait for the rough drafts to be edited before you start your drawings, so that way you guys can have an even better picture of what you should be drawing. So for this week, the artist will work on a poster sketch that will be due on Saturday. And then editors, chapter 1 edit revisions will be due on Saturday. So everybody's got 2 assignments to work on this week. All right. This week, I tried to do it last week, but like I said, I was real busy with trying to be employed. So remember, these don't have to be Zooms or phone calls. They can be text messages and streams. I will touch bases via text message group. I realize some of you may be working, so get back to me as soon as you can. Which basically just means make sure you participate in the ongoing text message chain. These will reflect when these meetings and the days that I meet with you will reflect when the chapters will be scheduled to be published. That's just the order of the teams. This also reflects when I will be grading your assignments from the previous week. So let's say the Amber turns in chapter 2 tomorrow. There's a good chance I'll probably still read it, but I'm probably going to save it for Friday. All right. So you probably don't ask me unless it's your actual day. That's just so I can maintain a good order of checking everybody's work and get back to everybody in a good amount of time. So Monday will be Favor of Athena. That will be Michelle. There is no editor as of yet. Erica will be moving to Favor of Athena, and I'm doing the marketing. And as you can see for all the books, that's pretty much me. Tuesday will be the Angel Protocol team, Tashana, Ryan, Michelle. Wednesday, oh, that's out of order. Wednesday, Pack Matters, Samantha, the Amber, and Harold. Yeah, I'll be talking to Harold through Fiverr. Thursday will be Sword Dancers, Brandon, Sierra. Um, we're going to get an artist off Fiverr because I need those pages done like ASAP. So that's why Erica's being moved to Favor of Athena. And Taz. Fridays will be the Copycats team, and again, that's when you guys will schedule and publish your posts when it's time. The Amber, Caitlin, Samantha, and then Saturdays will be Magnum Arcana, Atara, and myself. We still need an editor and an illustrator. And then Sundays is Draft Pool, which I'm still debating if I'm going to do everything myself. But the Amber helping with some of the writing. All right. Just so I can stay focus, I started to write down what I felt like I needed to go over. So last week, I started updating and finalizing characters, settings, and plots. I don't think I did the plots for anybody yet, but I think most of you have updated character designs and setting designs. So we're gonna look at Age of Protocol real quick so you guys can see what I mean. Can you guys still see the screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I learned last week using my if you guys haven't noticed, I also have a student account in this classroom. I realized that I can just assign what I feel like you need to know specifically to you. So Pack Matters team, this is just Samantha at this point. And the Amber. Only Samantha and the Amber should be able to see this unless I click on everybody. So I realized that, oh, you guys aren't going to be, I thought that this will be overwhelming to all of you because I thought, like, for me, this is what I see. I see everybody's stuff that I assigned because I assigned it, right? But I thought I thought that meant, oh, you guys would too. But now I see that it's only what I specifically get assigned to you. So I will try to make sure that I take my time and make sure the correct people are getting the correct information. But as you see here with Angel Protocol, I updated the characters. They each have their own assignment. So when you click on it, it's just going to show you, like, in Angel Protocol, they have two forms. So this is her human form. This is how she used to look when she was an angel. So so these are like the final character designs. We're not deviating from that. I will upload what their new forms will look like probably sometime this week. Um Angel Protocol now has their finalized setting design, which goes over the magical system.
Ontario, 1 second. Is everyone able to see your screen? I saw it for a moment. I think it stopped for a second.
Oh, can you
Yeah,
guys still see?
I can
I
still
can
see it.
still
You can
see.
still see it. Okay, I wonder why on my screen. Let me see. Ah, okay. I think I clicked the wrong button. Okay, I see it now. Thanks.
No worries. So, as you can see with Angel Protocol, I finalized the magical system. Just going into details about the magical system and how halos work. The history, which is very, very brief. Um, Key events, supernatural groups, notable enemies, what they represent. Um, Locations, again, we're not really playing with a lot of spiritual locations in the first book, but just so Tashana can have a better idea of how the world is, I figured I would throw that in there. The school that the students attend, some of the facilities that are there, extracurriculars, um, parental involvement, safety and security. I updated character interaction. So instead of making everything like one document, which could be like 30 pages, I felt like it was easier to just upload them as individual assignments. So this is how your character interactions are going to look. Some of yours may be a little different depending on the cast. So like here I say I'm letting Tashana know, like, hey, this is how Jasmine and Omari relationship are supposed to look in the book. And I kind of go over their personalities real quick, how Jasmine benefits Amari, how Amari benefits Jasmine, the conflicts that they could or should have, the stuff that they really get along with on, and if whether or not there's a potential love bond there. So, and then I kind of go in order. So it's we start with Jasmine and her interaction with everybody, and then we move on to Amari. Yeah, we move on to Amari, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna try to set everybody's else up that way, and then these are the final character profiles for Angel Protocol. So I'm gonna go over the overview of the character, the problems that they're going to have within the book, their wants within the book, the needs, and the history. And then I broken the personality down so that you can see what role they take in different situations. So Jasmine is always going to be the leader. Her temperament, she's phlegmatic, so she's always going to be calm, empathetic, and supportive. Her philosophy, she's the optimist. I go into their archetype, which for her, she's the nurturer. So you can see that she's driven to help people. And her calling, like, why is he going to be, for lack of a better word, a superhero in this book? And it's because she's the idealist. So think Captain America, think Cyclops from X-Men, Professor X from X-Men. She's kind of like in that realm of character as far as motivation. I'm also going to go into their powers. I didn't do theirs because Angel Protocol is they're weird with their power set, so I'm trying to explain it in a way that makes sense, as if you were reading a comic. So I'm working on that this week, and then the trivia section is just telling you, essentially what they were made from, in case you need to do further research. So I did that for Angel Protocol. I believe I did it for Pack Matters. Yeah, so for Pack Matters, I did character goals and theme, and I did setting. So I need to do the character profiles, and I'm probably going to do monster profiles as well. Um,
I think you already did.
I was going to say I think I might have did it in the setting.
Yes,
Yeah.
Frankenstein. Those little throat, tongue eating louse things. Thank you. That's nightmare fuel. Thank you.
Did you look them up?
Not extensively, but I know what they are and what they
Oh,
do,
okay.
and I'm gonna
A
have.
lot of people haven't heard of them. And when I started to really work on this, I was like, that's the perfect biological species to represent Frankenstein. So yes, if you like Nightmare Fuel, you guys can look up tongue eating louses and just make sure you don't go into the Amazon River with your mouth open. But
Wasn't planning on it, but now I'm definitely not doing that.
yeah, I would
piranha,
say don't do that in a way.
crocodiles.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, I'm like it's got. Let's see, things to avoid in the Amazon. Piranha,
Anacondas.
crocodiles,
No
giant
anacondas.
snakes.
Nope,
Yes.
nope, nope. I don't do snakes.
Oh well, then don't read Pack Matters, especially when we get to book three, because book three, yeah, book three is our mummies, and our mummies are based off snakes. So
I can handle like illustrator or cartoon snakes.
oh,
I
okay,
cannot
all right,
handle real snakes.
gotcha. Yeah, I'm the same way. Snakes are my kryptonite. Um, so as you can see here with Pack Matters, I even go into the social structure of the monsters, their human forms, berserker forms, the voodoo influence. So what's going to end up happening, I haven't finalized it, but each series, each series, your characters have superpowers. point blank period, right? But those superpowers are, even if they come from technology, are all going to derive from a magical source. And each book is going to represent a different magical, I forget what I called them. The magic is all the same, but each series, the mechanics of using the magic is different. So the Angel Protocol, let's say Jasmine had water control, just to, and let's say in Pack Matters, Camille also had water control. It's coming from the same source of magic, but the mechanics are going to be different. So in Pack Matters, Camille's going to have to essentially eat or hurt herself, which goes to the voodoo element of Pack Matters. Whereas in the Angel Protocol, they have what essentially is a talisman, which is their halos that they use to do their magic. So magic works the same. The mechanics of the magic is different for each series, because I want you guys to remember that this is one universe. So except for Magnum Arcana, I don't know how we're gonna fit that in there, because that's kind of like our I forget how you pronounce it because I just learned the term. It's our Iseki? Iseki?
Isekai?
Isekai?
Isekai, there you go. That's our Isekai book. So I don't know how we're going to have that be in. So that might not be part of the universe. We'll see. But so I want you guys to keep that in mind, because we're probably not going to do any crossovers yet. But I think by book 3 is when we might have like some guest spots. Like maybe Camille ends up going to the same school as Jasmine or something like that. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to keep that in your heads going forward. But yeah, so I've been working on trying to update and finalize a lot of the concepts. Sword dancers, I really got to hit hard tomorrow, so that's going to be my main focus, as well as Favor of Athena, since Favor of Athena is a Monday series. Um, Artists, make sure you are practicing. So I'm gonna just open this up in the new tabs. Maybe that'll go faster. You guys can still see, right? You can see my computer's going slow.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So artists, I'm going to upload a video that I think will help us during that week. Since you guys are working on posters this week, I put up this video called Constructing Bodies. In this video, he does just the female, and I believe if you look up Kinkel 291, that's the male. So make sure you take time. Erica went through like 6 of these videos, and she says it's helping her a lot. So oh, I didn't even see that she commented. So yeah, so I'll try to put up like a mentor video every week to kind of like help you. You don't have to do it in like, you don't have to watch it and do it in the same setting. You can watch it over the course of the week and just make sure you again, I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed, but if you do practice, turn it in so that I can check it out. All right, so that's the artist. All right, so you guys saw my text about Saturday AM. So I do remember telling you guys that, hey, they're coming out with a light novel. I think that apparently they are definitely trying to go into the light novel scene. According to my research assistant, which is my mom. So we have. All right, so I'm gonna be honest. It's been a while since I've really checked out their stuff. This is actually pretty good. They have improved a lot from what I've seen previously. So I'm still not worried. No, see this to me, I feel like that's still like it's good, but it doesn't make me go wow. Um, so yeah, yeah, I would say check them out, just like I tell you guys to check out Yen Press. Um, we really got to check these guys out though, because this, if they really are going to keep moving into the light novel scene, then we officially have our DC comics. We now have our Marvel comics. We have our direct rival competition who's going for the same audience as we are. So just spy when you can. And I'm not gonna tell you not to read their stories, I'm probably gonna read some of their stories too to see how their stories go. Tehran actually did suggest, I think I saw it just a little while ago. They have a drawing book about how to draw characters of ethnicity. And I haven't checked it out yet, but I think I will. If it's probably wouldn't hurt to see, because again, this is our competition. We're going to have to, not right away, obviously, but our artwork and our stories are going to have to be equal or better before they start, because I'm going to assume that they have more funding than we do. So it's probably only a matter of time before they start releasing more light novels. Now, the good thing is, if all goes according to plan, we'll have our 2 light novels and 2 comic books definitely by October. So, yeah, so make sure you check them out, keep your eye out. And so basically, production, the only thing that's changing is artists are going to be on the same week as the editors. So while the editors are editing the writer's work from the previous week, the artist will be drawing, because again, you'll have a you'll have a rough draft that you can go off of. And obviously when we edit, we're not going to edit to such a extreme that you would have to change what you're drawing, right? So, and if there is a huge change, that's why you're on the same week as the editor, so that we can say, hey, no, this is what you're going to draw instead. And that's it. Questions, comment, concerns.
So, oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just wondering if I could volunteer to be the editor for another series. Like, I still want to do copycats. I just want to volunteer to do like with the ones that don't have editors yet. I really enjoyed editing Midi's chapter. I haven't like looked at it since you said you were gonna make another like little sheet things that we know what we're supposed to be looking for. But I think I can keep getting better if I keep doing it. Blah, that does not make sense.
All right, so you have Magnum Arcana
Uh-huh.
and Favor of Athena.
Yes.
You're saying yes to both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I volunteer. I will be
He's
the editor
volunteering
for
as tribute.
anything.
Is anybody does
Yeah.
any the
I don't
Hunger
know if
Games
anyone
is killing me, guys. All these references. Every
I
time I
mean
do the trainings, I'm like, oh my god, if I have to, I'm going to be a Hunger Games expert.
well, you don't need to be an expert to know that particular line. That's like the main line from
It
like
is,
book
it
one,
is.
movie one.
I'm just saying that I feel like I'm being absorbed into the culture more and more. Uh,
One of us. One of us.
They're
you
good
guys are
books,
funny.
okay.
You guys are funny. All right. Is there anybody else that wants to volunteer for editing? If not, I will let Samantha have at it. All right, Samantha, you're going to be on both.
Yay! That along with copycats. So yay! Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Does anybody want to try? No, I'm getting Fiverr there. That's going to be Fiverr. Oh, never mind. Um, you might as well do Draftful too, Samantha, because I'm probably going to be writing that.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's it. That's all I got. Caitlin, you were getting ready to add something too?
Yeah, for the poster, is it just like a single spot image?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I did have a quick question. There was one slide that had deadlines, I believe, for the upcoming deadlines. Let's see. Yes, thank you so much. Just wanted to make sure that I
Yeah,
had these information.
I'm going to assign them probably when we get off. Also, the video from last week's training, I didn't get time to split it in two, but it should be done processing. Let me check. Um, like I say, it should. Yeah, there it goes. It's done. All right, so it's 2 hours and 29 minutes. If you would like to help the YouTube channel grow faster, not grow, but for us to get the hours watched so that we can start monetizing, we still got like 10,000 hours to go or something like that. It's crazy. Well, it's all 2 hours and 29 minutes. But you don't have to. If you missed it last week, the first essentially that first hour, I would say the first 50 minutes is the actual training, and then I would say hour after that is our meeting with Comfort, and then the rest of the video is our after action review meeting where we were just talking to, it was the team and we were just talking about how the meeting went with Comfort. So if you were not there last week, I highly suggest you watch, especially watch the Comfort. Well, you should be watching the training. So yes, if you weren't here last week, you have to watch the whole video. When I come back, I should see that I have 6 hours on this video. Because yeah, it's a really good video though. We all learned a lot. Those of us who are the artists, we know what materials we need to get or try to get. So I can't wait for us to meet with her next month. I think that's going to go well. And that's another reason why I changed the process. So but that's it. That's all I got. Anybody has anything for the good of the order? Does anybody have anybody that might want to join our team?
I mean, I can try to reach out to some artist friends again unless you want to stick with Fiverr for that.
No, we can. You can always, because remember, I have, as crazy as it is for me to try to do more, we do have other series
Yeah.
that we can start up. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I'm trying to. The goal for me is to get all the series that are in my head out so that I can have my brain to myself again. So yeah, so you can always reach out, explain it to the best of your ability. Um the only thing that NDA really covers is don't share like spoilers and all that kind of stuff. But you can share like how the royalty system works and stuff like that, you know.
Okay.
And just let them know like it's I was really shocked at I can't remember her name, but she was like, nah, I don't think I can do it. It was like,
Paula.
yeah, I was like, it's only one page a week.
Yeah, she's also finishing up her final semester, so I kind of
Yeah,
get it a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right. That's right. And then I know she has surgery coming up too, right? So let her know
Yeah,
we're thinking about her.
yeah. I think she just messaged the group that it's definitely like she's got carpal tunnel, so
Oh, I think I might have that too. I need to go get that checked. But yeah, let her know we were thinking about her.
yeah.
We wish her the best. So yeah, so that's it. I thought I had to. Oh, Tashana, I do want to talk to you real quick after everybody leaves.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So if everybody else is good, you'll be hearing me on your specific days coming up. And Michelle, we will meet tomorrow. Again, it can just be through text messages. This is just me giving you guys a heads up that I'll be texting you and we need to be conversating that day. All right. So
Sounds good.
everybody, all right. So
Sounds good.
everybody have a good night.
I have another question. Sorry, I just thought of it.
Okay.
Um, when you say you want the first Pack Matters book to be out in October, um, I was wondering, did you see that I asked for editing access
Yes,
on
I
the
did.
doc?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You'll get it. Give me time.
I'm just
I'm one person.
so sorry.
I'm one person that got 12 people. I got my paying members that I'm gonna have to call. Oh, leave me alone. All right, you guys have a good night. I'll talk to you guys on your specific days, and I'll see you guys next week. We might actually have a guest speaker next week. I'll let you guys know. All right. Have a
Okay.
good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
All right. So I just wanted to touch base um as far as so you're going by the documents in the Angel Protocol classroom, right?
A little bit of both. I did see where you posted the character interactions, and I was kind of comparing them because the other document has like broken down the outline as far as going from the beginning to the end. And it
Right.
does have some information about the characters on there. And I just saw that they were kind of swapped a little bit. Just
Okay.
the, and that's fine. I'm just going to go with the updated versions of it.
Yeah,
I
just go with the updated versions. Like I said, I didn't do the plot yet. So I will do the plot on to I guess what I really should be doing is
Mhm.
I guess tonight I really should be doing Favor of Athena stuff. I gotta work that out. But Tuesday I should have the updated plot and how like everything works with the plot.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate you doing all this. It really does help a lot. Because these characters, I see that they're very close to you, but it's hard to maybe get in your head to kind of see, to know the characters, really, really know them without this extra information.
And
So
remember
it's really
that's what I
appreciated.
said was my goal
Yeah.
this year was all right, I need to make sure that I give you as much information as possible, but B, the improvement that I really need to do is to make sure that I haven't been doing. I feel like I've been doing an okay job, depending on what series it is, or depending on how active the person who working on that series is.
Mhm.
Because like Ryan messages me like this past week was the only time I haven't heard from Ryan, and it felt weird. Because he's
Yeah. Is he okay
moving.
or he's
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
Okay.
He told me before that he was going to be in the process of moving, so he was
Okay.
trying to knock out a lot of his stuff before that.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah,
And it's
so
just like I said, our times are a little bit different. He's available in the evenings or in the daytime, and I'm not,
yeah,
unfortunately. So it's a little bit, but I am gonna reach out to him again now that I do have chapter one mostly finished, and I'll go ahead and start working on the other chapters also.
okay.
I did have a quick question about, as I'm going through, you did put the ages and you said 15 years old, but then also it seems like the characters are kind of doing college activities, like as far as their interests.
Yeah,
A little
so
bit, I guess the
so
board school might be a little different.
well, it's a boarding school, and not only is it a boarding school, it's to make it kind of like college, I did make it slash a vocational school.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, let me make
So
sure then.
so yes, so because originally, like in my version that I wrote, they are college students,
Hmm.
and then when Atara was one of my writers from last year.
Hmm.
When she was writing it, I think I think they were still in college, but I think she aged them a little more. So I think they were like
Okay.
juniors, seniors. And we were going to go a little darker than what I did. And then, so going into this, we never finished because she ended up going to school and getting overwhelmed and
Hmm.
like I said, I got really bad with checking on everybody. Um so going into this rewrite,
Hmm.
I wanted to or retelling, I guess is the right word. Um I was like, well, Pack Matters is going to be one of our darker books. And Favor of Athena, I was trying to make it more young adult-ish, but it just is I feel like we were getting more I felt like more people was reading it when it was darker. So Favor of Athena and Pack Manners are kind of like our two borderline rated R series, right? So I was like, I need Angel Protocol to kind of like be a firm young adult novel. Like, obviously there's dark young adult novels too, but since we're dealing with angels and all that kind of stuff, and like I say, since our YouTube audience seems to be there for the Bible verses, I feel like Angel Protocol needs to be as pure as possible. So yeah, so I
Ah,
yeah,
so it's
so
making me
I
think.
decided that the characters needed to be 15, which will help us kind of make sure that we stay in that PG-13 Marvel Comics films kind of area, right? So that's why they're 15.
Okay,
But
I might have to. Hmm.
in order to make everything work with what was done previously though, I was like, we're just gonna have to make it a boarding school that's also kind of like vocational. So they are studying majors and stuff like that.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to add a little bit of that information just to give context to that chapter. But also, I think I might have to go back because if they're going from the Bible study and going through the storm, they have to get into a vehicle. None of them can drive at this point, so I'm gonna have to kind of figure that
Well,
out. I have to think
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
You're right. You're right. I was gonna say,
Um,
well, it depends on what state, but I forgot where they're in Jersey. So are you doing Washington D.C.? Are they
yes.
going from Washington D.C. to Jersey?
Well, I thought, and I guess I'm getting confused with the outline. They're there in Washington D.C. now, and they were going to do Omari's a birthday party, right? Birthday
Right.
celebration was that. So that's where they're supposedly going to now through the storm. I guess if you kind of read chapter one, you kind of see where it's going. I kind of made it to where it was going to be almost a surprise, and then Jasmine is struggling with whether they should go ahead and go through with it. Go on to the party through the storm, and that's where the next part where they'll meet the guy will take place. But read it and let me know what you think.
Okay, I will.
Um,
I can tell you now. I think the best. I was going to say, all right, well, maybe we need to age somebody up to 17, but
okay, okay.
I think we could get around that by saying that they can get Ubered. But now that brings
I was
in,
thinking that. I was thinking that.
yeah, but now that brings in another question of what happens to the driver during all of this. So,
Right, right, right. Well, it can. I suppose it could be worked into to it. I just have to think about it. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, yeah, and like
Okay.
I said, you can always text me. That way we can kind of like collab on it and tackle it together. Get so you can have a second set of eyes. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would say that they're getting Ubered. You can even say that Jasmine, because remember Jasmine comes from a wealthy family, that's her background. We can even say that, like we can justify it by saying her parents are paying for it.
Okay.
Maybe she has the credit card, or she's able to make it happen. So
Okay.
she's the
Gotcha.
perfect character to do that. And that also can kind of look at that. That also ties into her being the mom, right? She's the one taking
Oh, right,
care of
right, right, right,
everybody.
right.
Look at that.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I may have to do a couple of changes within that first chapter and add
Yeah.
that onto it. Okay.
And like I said, I'll be looking at it. I, I think I do need to be a day ahead of of the schedule. So I'll probably look at that tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'll give you like my thoughts, and then I'll have Michelle look at it too, so that she can give you her thoughts, and then then you can start rewriting.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Trying
All
to think,
right.
are there any other questions? I'm going to look over all the information that you sent over. I'm actually going to print out some of it and put it in where I can have it visually ready for me to take a look at. And trying to see.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna, like I said, I'll work on the plot tomorrow, and I'll move it over to our main classroom, because I'm gonna shut down those additional classrooms. I've been holding off because I want to make sure that I got all the information from there. And I was going
Okay.
crazy because I was like, I don't know where the plot, because Angel Protocol is the only one where I know I did the beat, and then I gave you the chapters underneath. And
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find it. I didn't realize that I had put it in the Angel Protocol classroom. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you for that, because I was going crazy. I was like, I'm not. I was look. I know this is going to sound bad, but I was like, I'm not rewriting that whole thing.
No, I understand. I understand.
I was like, nope, not doing it.
No worries. But yeah,
Okay.
with the changes, it should, if you approve of how it's going, I think that'll bring it to 2,000 words, maybe a little bit more, and that'll be perfect.
Yeah.
About
Okay.
500 more words will be fine.
Cool.
And I think that's it for now. I think that's all I got.
All right.
And
Yeah.
thank you
I
for your patience. I'm so sorry. It's just
no,
been a
no.
rough.
Hey, look. So, like, I'm in this. Well, my last business class that I was just in. We were learning about two types of leaders. There's green, who represents servant leadership, and then there's oh, I can't remember, Maxwell. No, no, no. I'm getting there confused. Green represents kind of like win at all costs leadership, and then the other guy, Maxwell, represents servant leadership. And they said for successful leaders, you got to be like both. Like, you got to know when to be a Maxwell and when to be a Green. And I've been through leadership classes and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, with you guys, when I decided, all right, we need to, I need to start everything over. Yeah, I need a better process. I was like, all right, last year I think I was more of a Green. And I just felt like, oh, all right, I gave you guys the information, and then I realized, no, I need to be more like Maxwell and do more training and be more collaborative. So with that, I also understand that as much as I would love to stay on top of everybody and push everybody, everybody already has like their full-time job. Like, I know your job is really, really busy. You know what I mean? You do dog scene on top of that. So, I'm like, all right, I gotta take all that into account. So I appreciate you guys still being willing to write and draw and everything for me, while I still try to steer the ship, as it were. So I appreciate you, and I'm always going to be patient. I mean, I'm naturally patient in a way, but like with this particular process, I'm like, all right, I want to make sure nobody feels overwhelmed, which is why, it's like, all right, we're just gonna work on one chapter a week, all that good stuff. So So you're welcome, but thank you.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I think that's it for now.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll keep you posted like I've been doing, and I'm gonna reach out to Ryan just to see how he's doing. And
Yeah. He reached out to me today too. I was like, oh, we must be on the same wavelength, Ryan, because I was gonna reach out to you today to see how you were doing.
yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, so yep. All right. So it sounds good. You have a good night.
All right, you too.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Look at that. 1 hour. Proud of myself. All right, let's close. Stop. Stop recording.